We are back here on Girl Talk. And yes, sitting next to me, or a little bit across from me today, is our friend Bruce Wood. I have a question. I know you started to answer my question because I gave you my heads up, and we were like, no, we want everyone to hear this. When I go to my computer, I will see Bruce Wood and tons of fabulous information as like an e-blast. Can you share with our listeners and viewers what you are doing and how they too can know enough to be dangerous like I do now from reading those?
Well, I find I have an investment manager and strategist, Tom Fox, and he's in Minneapolis, and he owned Quantitative Advantage, and he's brilliant.
Okay.
And so he's our consultant, and he puts out a weekly market review.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And what we do is we go through it.
Okay.
And I outline in yellow on this what's salient about the information.
Okay.
Because nothing is boring than graphs and charts and all this type of stuff. So what we do is we outline what's important about the chart.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, what does a market review even mean? Because I understand now after reading it, because it was very well explained.
Well, that is really important. We try to condense it into the things that are important. Every day we're pounded away with information on the market.
Okay.
Right? And some of it is salient and some of it is worthless.
Okay.
It's just data.
Right.
All right. And so making the market fun is by educating the clients and my clients about what is important about all this news.
Got it.
Okay.
And that's what this does.
All right, so it eliminates all the noise and gets right to the meat.
That's exactly what it does.
And it's exciting, yeah.
So do you send it out to clients, to anyone who's interested? Because I think it's a wonderful teaching tool, number one.
Yes.
And it really is exciting to, it made me want to call you on at least 4 occasions to say, okay, help me more and more with this.
Yes, we send it to anybody who requests it.
Okay.
All right, because as a registered investment advisory firm, we have boundaries on what we can do state-wise, okay? But if somebody requests it, of course, we can send it out.
I have the most random question, and this is why some of these discussions are really organic, and I really mean it is. I have more and more folks tell me they're trying to go online and do, and I don't know, online trading, E-trades or F-trades, or I don't even know what they are. But what is for me, I'm intimidated by that because first of all, I want a person. I want someone who is a pro. That's not what I do. But is it something that people question you about often, if they should or shouldn't do it, how it works? Or what is your feeling on that industry?
Well, first of all, it started a long time ago.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
No, that's number one. But you're part, like I am, and all of our clients, the more sophisticated you become with investing, and the more money you have, the more you need a fiduciary, somebody who's holding your hand through. You don't need a whole lot when you have $100.
Okay, that is my 14-year-old.
That's right. And they're used to being on the computer,
and
they're used to doing things on their cell phone. And that's perfect. That's the new way. That is going to happen. But people who have money don't want to do that.
Right.
They have other interests. So it's easier to hire somebody to do it than it is to do it yourself. But when you're young, being online is perfect. And I try to educate my clients. I recommend all of them have an online account so that they can look at it, so they can yell at me about it.
Right, touch it, feel it.
Touch it, feel it, exactly. So it really has more to do with how much money you have.
Is the field of investing in the market a moving target? It feels as though, again, the more I look, the less I know.
That is a problem for everybody, because it's information overload. We just discussed that.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, you have to, the more money you have, the more you need a professional. That's exactly right. And the world is changing in our situation, yours and mine, and we have accumulated the money, and we're going to pass it on to our children, hopefully.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm going to spend it all. But the issue really comes down to how do we make that transition?
Okay.
The biggest problem I see in transitioning money to our heirs is that they didn't make it, so consequently they don't know how to manage it.
Right. And we talked about that in one of our shows before, that younger people really don't know what to do with that money that mom and dad have made.
Yes,
or
that's
how to
true.
keep it.
That's
or
true.
Make it grow.
That is absolutely true. They don't understand it, so they spend it.
Right.
Which is fine. I believe in spending money, but in order to really understand money, you have to make it yourself. And that's why, in a lot of ways, I really think that what's going on with, the younger crowd, okay, the millennials, working their computer and getting onto online and opening up accounts, this is the only way you learn, is to do it.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
it just
not
is
at all.
what it is.
Not at all. The thing is that you have to have two hats.
Yeah.
You should have one hat that's with a professional and one hat that you're doing it yourself. And I encourage my younger clients to get out there. I limit how much I give to them, but the issue is you've got to get out there and you've got to fail, you've got to be successful, and I think it's an exciting time.
What's really fun for me is whenever I talk to you, I get inspired, because you're never you are not a negative on anything. You're like, yes, do this, but it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And I think that's what makes you so inspirational and so great to talk to here.
Thank you.
Again, Bruce, as always, it's wonderful to chat with you. I always learn something. And to all of you, thank you for taking time to spend your morning with us. See you next week here on Girl Talk. Bye-bye.